global radius patterns, as you can see, 1,200 miles, but it mainly went north.
The Chubu Electric Power Company says Fuji City in Shizuoka Prefecture, the hardest hit area. Many electric poles have been knocked down by the quake. Tokyo Electric Power Company says a fire has ceased burning at number 4 reactor building of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. Now we're talking about the Fukushima earthquake here. Earlier, the Chief Cabinet Secretary said the fire may have caused a spike in radioactivity around the plant. Tokyo Electric says the fire started at 9:38 a.m. Japan time on Tuesday, but it confirmed at 11 a.m. that the fire had burnt itself out. The company says it has found damage to the roof of the building. The number 4 reactor was shut down last November for maintenance and was not operating when the quake hit. However, the company says the temperature of a storage pool for spent nuclear fuel at the plant was 84 degrees Celsius, more than twice as high as usual. 783 nuclear fuel rods are stored in the pool. Tokyo Electric says it appears the lack of coolant caused the fuel rods to be exposed, and a hydrogen explosion followed. Tokyo Electric also said at a press conference on Tuesday, such storage pools for spent nuclear fuel are not intended to cope with the fuel re-attaining criticality. The company says it will do its utmost to prevent the fuel, which is simply stacked in steel racks, from reaching criticality again. It also says it will begin pumping water into the pool to prevent the fuel melting and releasing hydrogen. Tokyo Electric officials added they will continue to monitor the number 5 and number 6 reactors at the Fukushima Daiichi plants, where pool temperatures have been found to be gradually damaged the facility after it found that the air pressure inside the suppression pool had suddenly decreased. The extent of the damage is not known. The agency also says it's possible that radioactive material was released in the explosion. The Tokyo Electric Power Company says the reactor's fuel rods are completely exposed to the air for more than 6 hours last night after water levels fell in the reactor core. Workers have been trying to raise the water level inside the reactor to cool down the fuel rods, which are now submerged to a level just above half of their height. The company says it can't deny the possibility that the rods began to melt while they were exposed. And we also want to tell you that in order to avoid confusion, we have changed the way we refer to the nuclear power plants in Fukushima. The Fukushima number 1 nuclear power plant will be called the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. In the same way, we'll be calling the Fukushima number 2 power plant the Fukushima Dai-2 power plant. Once again, a strong earthquake has shaken the Tokai region. The quake, measuring magnitude 6.0, struck at 10:31 p.m. Japan time on Tuesday, not very long ago. Its epicenter is situated in the eastern part of Shizuoka Prefecture. It was estimated to be at a depth of 10 kilometers. The Japan Meteorological Agency says there may be slight changes in sea levels, but there's no need to worry about tidal damage. The quake was felt across the Tokyo and Tohoku areas. And no irregularities have been reported so far at Hamaoka Nuclear Power Plant in Shizuoka, and the facility did not go into emergency shutdown. Once again, no irregularities have been reported so far at Hamaoka Nuclear Power Plant in Shizuoka, and the facility did not go into emergency shutdown. And Shinkansen bullet train services have been suspended between Odawara in Kanagawa Prefecture and Atami in Shizuoka Prefecture due to this powerful earthquake. Once again, Shinkansen bullet train services have been suspended between Odawara in Kanagawa Prefecture and Atami in Shizuoka Prefecture due to this powerful earthquake. The Chubu Electric Power Company says Fujinomiya City in Shizuoka Prefecture, the hardest hit area, many electric poles have been knocked down by this quake. And according to a meteorological agency, they're going to be holding a press conference from 12 o'clock a.m. here in Japan time regarding the latest quake that struck Shizuoka Prefecture. And once again, a strong earthquake has shaken the Tokai region, rather. The quake measuring magnitude 6.0 struck at 10:31 p.m. Japan time on Tuesday. Its epicenter is situated in the eastern part of Shizuoka Prefecture. It was estimated to be at a depth of 10 kilometers. The Japan Meteorological Agency says there may be slight changes in sea levels, but there's no need to worry about tidal damage. The quake was felt across the Tokyo and Tohoku areas. Once again, a strong earthquake has shaken the Tokai region. The quake measuring magnitude 6.0 struck at 10:31 p.m. Japan time on Tuesday. And this is breaking news. A press conference has just begun at the Japan Meteorological Agency, and they're going to talk about a strong quake that has just struck the Tokai region. Let's listen in.
Now, there's no danger of tsunami due to this quake, and we observed a 6+ in intensity of Japanese scales of 0 to 7. In those areas that has strong jolts, there is a high possibility of a landslide, as well as destruction of buildings, etc. Now, it was the 10:31 that the earthquake had occurred, and the place epicenter was East Shizuoka, and this is only a temporary figure, but the depth was 10 kilometers, and it had a pressure axis of south to north, and it was in Fujinomiya City that intensity 6 was observed, and in the Chubu area to Tohoku to Chugoku area there were jolts felt from 5+ to 1 in intensity. As for the seismic activities, as of 10:35, there were 6 aftershocks of intensity of 4, 1, intensity of 3, 1, intensity of 2, 1, and intensity of 1, 1. And there are some precautions to be made. There are no danger of tsunami, but in the areas that felt a strong jolt, there could be a possibility of landslides and also destruction of buildings. And as for the early warnings that were issued, there were 3.5 seconds later that the early warning was issued. And this was Shizuoka Prefecture, and so I'm sure that there is a big concern of its connection with the Tokai earthquake. Now, as for the area of where the epicenter was and the mechanism of earthquake has been analyzed, but the area is different from the supposed Tokai earthquake. And we will not be holding emergency meeting of the earthquake committee to decide on the earthquake. Now we are now looking into the spread of intensity. We are seeing 6+ in Shizuoka. There are 2 places where we observed 6+. Now, this was the first time that we recorded